Hey y'all, it's your girl Angela Shree back for another episode. And listen, I have Mr. Tony TV. Hey Tony TV. You may know him as an administrator at Quarter Brick High. Antonio Neville. How are you, Antonio?
I'm good. How about you?
I am blessed, 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 blessed. Now listen, tell me, how did you go from being chilling up in Raleigh, North Carolina, to being this viral sensation all over the world?
A lot of hard work. I started doing comedy. Well, I started taking comedy serious my freshman year of college, and I've always been a goofball, but I never really thought about taking it serious as a career until like someone mentioned it to me and was like, hey, you're like the funniest guy on campus. You need to like take that into a career. And I was like, I'll think about it. So I did a show, my very first show, and everyone, like anything I said, people were just laughing at me. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I should take this into a career. And so I've been working slowly but gradually. And then it seemed like 2020 was just that year. And I'm so thankful and so happy because I have worked really hard. You know, I've been doing videos since 2015. Wow. And you know, unless you scroll all the way down, if you've been on this wave since, you would never know. You would think TikTok was like my first gig, but no, right. I've been around for a while.
That's awesome. I love the evolution. Listen, that's the one thing I will say that I've seen as a consistency in that 2020, although it was a lot going on, okay, it produced so much amazing talent that many of us would have never come across unless we were sitting at home, scrolling on our phones, being still, and really not having anything else to do but to, you know, get on TikTok and look at videos. Like it really, I think Tabitha Brown is another, you're one, Tabitha Brown is one. She talks about how TikTok really accelerated her career. And we all see what she's doing now and seeing I'm looking at your numbers like, yo, like it's crazy. Me both. Yeah, so it's amazing how 2020, though it was like not the best year for a lot of people, it really did some amazing things for business and careers. So kudos to you and the hard work that you have put in.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, it's a lot. I have to travel with this ring light to schools and people seeing me in a wig and a full Steve Harvey suit. It's a lot. Okay.
Not Steve Harvey. And that wig, listen, I know that wig don't play. I know it's hot.
It's always hot under that wig. Always.
So do you plan on, you know, outside of the videos? I heard you say you did a show. So do you also do stand-up, or are you planning on doing stand-up?
Well, I haven't done stand-up since my freshman year of college. I'm not opposed to it, but I have so much I could talk about. And it, you know, of course, you want to try to keep the audience captivated for that certain amount of time. It's like I would really have to sit down and plan this show out perfectly. Yeah. So that's where I am with stand-up. It's like I'm not opposed to it, but I really want to make sure it's the funniest stand-up show ever.
Yeah. I love that. So one of the things I want to talk about is your creativity and individuality as a comedian. You talked about captivating your audience, and that's something that I tell people all the time, in order to keep people coming, that individuality and that standoutness about you is what keeps people coming back. Like your videos, like nobody else was doing that. And I think that, you know, was like, okay, made us tune in. And also it was so relatable.
Right.
These TikToks and reels and videos. This is based off of personal experience, right? Your high school days, right? Tell us about it.
Listen, I was not a saint. I was not my 9th grade year, I was an okay student, but 10th grade, 11th grade, you get that urge to want to be up there where everyone else is. So you kind of dumb yourself down a little bit, you know, you hang out with all the wrong crowds. And that's how I ended up constantly in the office most of the time, or in trouble, was just because I was just trying to figure out where I fit in. And with the teachers and the administrators, it's like, okay, the reason why I'm so observant and why I can remember these things is because you have to think. When you're that type of kid in high school, you, first of all, are the #1 cheater. Okay, we all cheated, but one thing about me, I knew that I was going to cheat my way through high school, and I was fine with it. So with that, you have to pay attention to your teachers. You have to notice, pay attention to whether they're looking at you or looking at somebody else. Pay attention to your administrator to try not to get in trouble and suspended constantly. So I paid attention to a lot because I was just one of those kids that was cool. You were fun to be around, but at the same time, when it came to class, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be here, so I'm gonna just cheat off of your paper, but we got to make sure Miss Such and Such ain't, you know what I'm saying, looking this way. So I'll keep an eye on her while you write my answers down. And that's how I got to the point where everything was just so observant. You know, I was that kid.
So you just recorded it, and then that is so dope. So you were a student at Rocky Mountain High School, right?
Rocky Mount High School, yeah.
So where first of all, where is that at?
So that's in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. That's my hometown. I'm proud of my hometown. Everybody from my hometown is crazy. So whenever I do my videos, everyone knows who I'm talking about or what inspiration came from that person, because we've all seen this person at that school. So
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, when they see videos, they reach out and be like, that's so and so, or do you see those comments?
Yes.
Have you had any administrators that reached out to you?
Oh yeah. Really? Oh yeah, so many of them. And they get on me about certain things, and it's like, I'm just telling the truth, how I remember it. I'm sorry, I hate to crack your code, but
and it's not just your experience, and I think that's what makes it great. Like you said, all of us know somebody that was like that in high school, middle school. You know, it's funny because I've been out of school for a long time, and most of the things and people I don't remember, I see them in the store, they be like, you don't remember me? No, I'm sorry, love, it's been a minute. But when I started watching your videos, it reminded me of so many things that I have forgotten about. And I'm like you, it's true. Like, we were trying to find ourselves. And so, you know, 9th grade year, I was so terrible. I was like having to like share these stories with my daughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was terrible because I was just trying to find my way and fit in. And I wasn't a part of the cool crowd. I wasn't a part of the geeks. I just was somewhere in the middle and just trying to figure it out. So I really wish I could apologize to one particular teacher, because I gave that man a hard time. I don't even know if he's still living, but I gave that man a hard, Mr. Garrett, 9th grade algebra. I still remember his name. I took that man through. I know I did. So it took me back to see your videos, and it really helped me go back to a simpler place in time. You know what I'm saying? It's so much going on. To be able to laugh and to have that nostalgia is amazing. And that just speaks to the gift of laugh, the gift of comedy. Like, how does it feel? Because everybody don't have that gift. Some people think they funny and they not. Some people think they can do this, but you have been gifted with this ability. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. You know, I didn't realize how many people I was helping last year and this year until I realized it. And I was like, wow, you know, this is always, my dream has always to be in entertainment, whether I was an actor or a comedian or something, or anchor on E-News. That was like one of my things that I wanted to do, because I wanted to interview all the celebrities and stuff and get all the juiciness.
Me too.
And so I just always wanted to be in the entertainment field, and to have this gift, and I've always had this gift. I've just always hid it behind me being shy, and to just let go of that shyness and just be who I am, and be able to inspire and make people laugh around the world. To me, that's the most beautiful thing that could ever come from it. So I love what I'm doing, and I'm happy that I'm able to do this.
Isn't it amazing though? Because people looking from the outside, because I'm naturally shy. So people looking from the outside, you know, and they always like, you shy? What, you? But they don't know that you really have to push past that. Like, I used to have social anxiety. Like, I would walk into rooms, and if it was too many people, my hands would start sweating. I would get nervous, and I have a little stutter. So then I'm like scared about what I'm going to say. So my mind would just race, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going. I'm not dealing with anybody. And so it's just amazing how our gifts, like my gift of having these conversations with amazing people, and your gift of comedy, how it pushes us beyond our limitations and our barriers. You know what I'm saying? It's such a blessing because just think if we allowed that to stop us,
right,
you wouldn't be where you are. Like, I'm so glad you pushed past it. I'm so glad.
You know, I just had to come out of that shell, and that was my biggest thing stepping into comedy, was that, you know, I can only be shy but for so long if I'm going to do comedy. Listen. You know, I have to be able to be okay with embarrassing myself. I have to be okay with just saying crazy things at any given time to make people laugh. And there was a point where that just wasn't, that was who I was, but you had to know me because I was shy. But I'm happy now that that's gone and I'm just who I am and I love it.
Yes. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good?
It does.
It's amazing. I love that. Now, listen, a little birdie told me that you got some things coming up in the works. What does that look like? What does the future of Antonio Neville, HeyTonyTV look like?
So I am in talks with a company that works for Apple Music about having starting a podcast, and I just want it to be just like a podcast of funny, just have like certain people with me. We just enjoy each other's company, have certain topics, and just laugh. I also have lended my voice to an animated feature film that is going to air on Facebook Watch and YouTube in the coming months, maybe this summer or towards the end of the summer, and a lot of other things that, you know, when you sign those contracts, they have the NDA at the end, so I can't say anything. That's always the hardest part for me, is because I'm just so used to just telling everybody what I'm doing that I haven't gotten used to the point where I need to just shut up until it's time.
I know you're right. I know you're right.
So I got to get used to that.
That's enough. That's good enough. I'm excited. I am so happy for you and so excited. Like, thank you. Thank you for rendering this gift of laugh in a time where we need it most. I know me, I've suffered, you know, losses, you know, and just mentally, like the mental fatigue has been real in the last year and a half. Yes. And so thank you. Thank you for giving us a little sunshine amongst all these clouds that have been, you know, hanging over us. I appreciate it. Before I cannot let you go. If I let you go, my listeners will listen. They'll cuss me out. I need you to just give me the administrative voice one time. Just tell me something in the I need to hear the laugh. I need to hear the I need to hear all of it.
Okay. Let me think of a scenario. Give me about 20, 15 seconds. Okay.
All right.
Excuse me, young lady. I know you know that skirt is not appropriate. Too short, blow the whistle.
Oh my God. Every time you do that, I be crying. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Let the people know how they can stay in contact with everything that you currently have going on, to watch your videos and to see what you will have coming up in the future.
I am on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at HeyTonyTV, as well as YouTube. And my Twitter is at the HeyTonyTV.
Awesome. Well, y'all heard it here, Mr. HeyTonyTV, Antonio Neville. Listen, this guy's going places. I don't know where, okay? Only God knows, but I know he's going some amazing places. You have heard it here, seen him here first before he go on to do other big old things. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this is the Ever Evolving Podcast. All right, let me stop.